So instead of just going through and remaking every single showcase that I've done for Fate, I thought why not make a singular video showcasing every single Fate unit in one mega video. Ilya, star of the show, right? One of the OGs and also the MC of this movie. I think it's a movie, right? Is it a movie? I'm pretty sure it's a movie. I don't think it's an actual show. You got Archgen on the True Art, Mega Nuke on the Super Art. Also on her passive, you have the refund of art gauge every single time you use an art, True Art, or Super Art. This actually did get buffed and now it is at 80% or higher you get this. Before it was only at 90% or higher HP you got it. Another character will be showing off in this specific setting. We'll also be going with Miyu here, Archgen on the skill, attack and accuracy on the True Art, Super Art, a 200% damage up to all human allies, and also 100% defense ignore for everybody. She has one of the strongest abilities in the game too, being able to give herself 10 art gauge per second for the first 150 seconds of a quest, and arts damage 200% up when HP is 80% or more. Is just absolutely insane. Literally, this is practically active for 90% of content in the game. Of course, Shiro Emiya. We don't even need to go like in depth with this guy, right? The defense king of Grand Summoners currently. Being able to have unlimited blade works, which is a unique stage mechanic, a stage transformation, being able to give the entire team 30% DR, and buffing up his entire kit. In terms of the equips for Rocket on these characters, this is what we're going with right now. We are going to be taking on the stage 21 fight, focusing on pretty much Archgen and survivability. Another thing is too, is that you may be asking, OP, why aren't we using true weapons here? And the thing is, you can absolutely use the true weapons if you want to. Everybody's true weapon from Fate is pretty good, especially Shiro's. That's going to be the one that I recommend you guys get no matter what if you have the character. Oh, we did change the team a little bit. I decided to use Hoka instead of Star God because I think the 300% crit damage buff may be a bit better here, but also the equip CT may prove to be a bit better too. Well, we'll have to see which one is actually better. When it comes to utilizing these units in the team though, they all just work fantastically with so many units. Literally, Ilya can be used on any team of the game, and Archgen insanely well, and also provides you so much extra damage. Shiro, of course, can be used with everybody. It doesn't matter what team he's on. We actually are going to be able to get to this first threshold here, and I'm going to hopefully not get the team killed. I'm trying my best here because we don't actually have a dedicated healer. I mean, Hoka heals a little bit, but you can still take so much damage from this guy. We're going to try to see if we can maybe get through this next HP bar right here. And ooh, we are already at it. I'm going to pop another damage mitigation here, and hopefully we're going to be able to survive just a bit. We're going to pop Excalibur 2, and oh god, dude, that freaking Miyu having no HP like that is scaring me, bro. But we're maybe gonna be able to burst through this right here. We have a lot of damage ups, and it seems like we're not. Popping off with another True Art or another Super Art right there. We're also gonna use the Super Art from the man Shiro, and we went through it. Thank God. Oh, that was a little bit scary. But yeah, these guys literally work in any team comp. When it comes to humans, demons, it does not matter. The only one that may not work in a different team comp will be Miyu, because you mainly want to use her on human teams, but also it doesn't really matter because Miyu can be the solo attacker for you. Miyu actually dealing more damage than Ilya. Miyu with 400% damage up, you can't really beat that. Technically even more if you factor in Hoka with the 300% crit damage buff, right? Chloe is a incredible character. Literally, she is the perfect unit when it comes to any type of break that you need to do in the game. Not only is she a perfect unit just for breaking, she's also the perfect unit when it comes to break nukes, because if you break a boss, you give everyone 200 art gauge. It's just a thing she has, and it works fantastically. And this is the team that we're going to be running, and these are the equips you're going to be using. Of course, if you have Mono Fire, you could use that with her, like Summer Iris, Valentine's Day Priscilla, and Rin if you wanted to do that team. But unfortunately, I don't have that. Another thing too that kind of sucks about Chloe is that she shares a Archgen type with a bunch of other crossover units, which is type E, meaning that she can't work with characters like Sunraku or even Hoka. Definitely the worst part about her kit, but really isn't a deal breaker. The general gameplay with Chloe is that you want to use your True Art first just to get the Archgen and the break power up, then go into your art to be able to get the break res down, and then try to go into your Super Art if you can. The Super Art's going to be your main breaking tool, especially with the break power up. Yeah, you're going to get so much happening. As you see right here, look at that. That thing is just chunking. If you're not really caring about breaking the boss, you could just sit there and spam your True Art all day and you'll be perfectly fine. Now, as you see here, we are getting closer to break. So what I'm actually going to start doing is I'm going to be using all of my arts all the time here, because I want to get a refund. I want to actually make sure that I'm making use of her break passive, and as you see, we're actually about to be in that situation where we're going to be making perfect use of it because everybody just got a massive refund, so we can pop off with everyone. So as you see here, the man Demon Edge Berwick's going to deal crazy damage. War God Finn's dealing crazy damage. Everybody's popping off, and we are living so good right now. Since Emperor can't be broken anymore, we're pretty much turning Chloe into just a true art bot, and we're gonna let the other guys worry about dealing damage and keeping us alive. So as you see here, we actually did get to the last threshold, and now we're gonna be using everybody's damage, hopefully, to do it. I mean, this man, Demon Edge Berwick, doesn't even need crit. He should deal quite a bit of deeps, and well, I mean, he did deal deeps, but he just didn't kill. Oh man, come on, Demon Edge Berwick. I'm trying to show you. I'm really trying to show you off, bro. Maybe he has stage fright. He just can't perform under pressure, which is okay. You know, it happens to the best of us. But as you see, we are getting towards the end here. And if I pop out with this super art here and this true art from Demon Edge Berwick, we should, yeah, that's it. We're done. Just like that. Nothing to it. So yeah, that's just one example of how to use Chloe. Literally, you could use her in everything. You could use her as your main support unit when it comes to art shooting and stuff, and you'll be perfectly fine at using her like that too. 11 million damage with Demon Edge Berwick, 7 million with the man War God Finn. If we look at the break here, Chloe with 110,000 carrying it all by herself. And as for the last unit we're going to be showing off here will be Rin and Luvia. I'm going to be using a team that's going to be a little bit maybe unorthodox for some people that may look at this character and think that she's strictly a magic damage buffer because she is so much more. She is the damage buffer. She has one of the craziest things in the entire game, which is this passive here, being able to give everyone on the team 30% more damage every time you burn an enemy. This also counts if you burn the same enemy over and over. Of course, this doesn't count for like if you burn with your equip and stuff like that. You have to be burned by Flamestorm. If this was enough, she has an incredible art shooting skill for fire allies, which she is incredible on mono fire. The True Art's also a fantastic damage buffing tool as well. 70% DR down is wild. 70% DR is multiplicative. That's a multiplicative debuff on the enemy, meaning that your damage is going to skyrocket. Her super art is also really good if you're using her on mainly a magic damage team. The main issue though is, well, let's just show you. As you see, we popped the super art and well, hold on, give it a second. Give it a second. There we go. There we go. That's the issue. In order for you to get the benefit of the magic res down, you have to wait a very long time for it to actually hit to apply that debuff. Another thing too is that this super art actually doesn't work or doesn't stack, let me say, with other magic damage ups in the game. Like, for example, Star God Lisa. Of course, though, her slots are fantastic. Everything else about this unit is incredible. And with that being said, we are going to be using her on a magic team. We're going to be using her on a physical team, as you see here. Now, since we are running this specific team, this team would work fantastically in the mines, but the mines isn't here. So instead, we're going to be going up against the endurance training battle. As you see, this is the way how you kind of use Rin, is that you're going to be wanting to use her art pretty much every chance you get. Every time you're able to use the art, you're able to stack a burn, and if I'm not mistaken, you can refresh the burn as well. As you see, the burn got refreshed, and even though he is burned at the moment, it still counts as a stack down here. So you don't have to wait for this burn to go away. You can literally just spam this over and over and over. I would say for a majority of stuff, you will be wanting to use her art in the very beginning of most fights until you get to the boss. Once you're at the boss, that's where you're going to be wanting to go into the true art in most situations, but we're going to be trying to stack this up all the way before we do anything else. We're actually completely maxed out. We have to inflict a burn 10 times to be able to get that fully maxed, but once we have fully maxed, now we can go into the true art, which the true art also takes a bit to come out. As you see, we won't be having it until the damage res comes out, and that's where it is. And now we can use the true art from the man Hoka, not Hoka, my bad, from the man Uzu and pop off with everyone else. And yeah, Uzu's gonna be hitting ridiculously hard. Once you have her fully stacked though, you can kind of just do whatever with her. You know, she's pretty much just gonna be a true art bot at that point. So if you want to, you could just use the super art as like kind of a way to help her deal more damage, or just, you know, constantly keep refreshing the true art if you want to do that too. But yep, this is kind of what she does. Just buffs up your damage like crazy, and you just let your attackers go wild, and usually by this point the boss would be dead. So yeah, we wouldn't really be talking anymore. yeah, whenever you got Uzu dealing almost 500 million damage, it's a good time. It's definitely a good time. But hey, that's just one team, one scenario that I'm using Rin with. Rin can be used with pretty much every single damage dealer in the game, and they're all gonna appreciate her because who doesn't like damage ups and damage res down? That is all of the Fate characters. I know I didn't show off one of them, which was Saber Alter, which unfortunately is the only one I do not own. If you want to know what Saber Alter would really be like, well, what you just saw Uzu do, Saber can kind of be a bit similar to an extent, not entirely, but she's kind of like the same ordeal. She's a super crit attacker that deals crazy amounts of damage, and you pop her super art, she goes off. So to an extent, you kind of already saw what it would be like if I use Saber without using Saber. This crossover is absolutely insane. If you guys manage to pick up any one of these units, you should be so freaking happy. These units are so strong and will be for years to come. Literally one of the best investments for anybody playing the game right now would be to invest into the Fate units, because they're almost timeless the way how a lot of them are made, especially a unit like Shiro. Yeah, ridiculous. Either way though, fam, that's gonna be it for this one. Tell me down below what you guys think about the Fate units, and also who you gonna be using your luck gems on. I know we don't have them yet on global, but hey, let me know. Oh, and one more thing before all y'all leave, don't forget to drink water.